Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
What's up, gamers?
What's up, gamers? Seth, it occurred to me while we were listening to that sweet, sweet music in the intro that when it is just you and I, as it is tonight, that music should have double bass and we should have a metal version of it for the boys.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yes, it should have a little it should have a little aim for the heavens in there.
Oh, okay, little neon white.
Put that in there.
Yeah. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see
nice
you.
To see ya.
Does my heart good to see you, Sean?
I feel like we just did this. You know, some
do
weeks
too.
go by and it feels like we haven't chatted in forever. Maybe it's because we were hanging out literally this morning.
Till 2 a.m.
We're
We were
nuts.
together.
We're grown-ups.
We're adults.
We're
we
adults.
have responsibilities.
I know,
People
right?
rely on us.
Oh, they really do. Yep. Just stay
Yeah.
up all night.
It was pretty wild. It was a good night. We'll talk about that.
We'll pin it.
We'll pin it.
As we do around here.
There's a lot. You know, it's probably just as well that Amanda couldn't be with us tonight because I feel like it would turn into, if she were here, and of course Amanda's fine. We wish her all the best.
She's on a cliff.
She's on a cliff
diving,
somewhere, like she
bungee
always
jumping,
is.
I think. Yeah.
But she would just be sitting in the corner while you and I just talked about neon white.
Neon white.
So let's be real.
She's like, cool.
Yeah,
That's
cool,
great.
awesome. Yeah. She did say, she's like, I have bought it, like I'm looking forward to playing it, but she's not staying up till 2 a.m. on one level of neon white.
Literally one level.
We'll get
Lockleth
there.
also has it now too, so we all have it.
That's what
The
started
circle is
this.
complete.
That's what started this. But we'll pin it, of course, Sean, if you'll allow it.
We won't talk about it right now, certainly.
Of course not. Why would we get to like the thing from the thumbnail right away? Why would we do
Definitely
that?
not. Yeah.
We never do that.
Later.
If I may, housekeeping.
Oh, a little smooch. Little smoochy.
Little smooch. Little
Very
smoochy.
nice. Yeah.
Housekeeping.
Oh, we got lots going on, man.
There
So we
is
better
a
get
lot
to it.
going on.
Yeah.
So, well, first of all, I should say, the Xenoblade 3 community spoiler cast did happen. That happened. When was that? Was that Tuesday night?
2 nights ago. It was on a Tuesday night. Yes.
On a Tuesday night, Nagachaka hosted.
He
Had a
did
bunch
great,
of
by
folks
the way.
there. Yeah.
He's never done that before. He did an amazing job. I was just watching him like in his element. I'm like, look at this
Yeah,
guy.
man.
Natural.
I love it. I
Yeah.
can't wait to listen to it. And so it was recorded, and he wanted to. He was like, "Hey, I want to edit this. I want to be the one to produce it and put it together." So he's really kind of like taken ownership of this spoiler cast. I can't wait to hear it. I don't know when the audio goes up, but
The 11th,
he's been working
I believe.
on it.
Is
The
that a
11th,
Wednesday? Yes. The 11th.
There you go.
So for free feeds, you're just days away from this being exclusively available on Patreon.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
we're getting there. Oh, goodness. Oh, I can't see in the chat. Says, still waiting to use it, but still no coffee mug yet. They keep moving up the expected delivery date. It's funny. Some people got those mugs like so fast,
Yep.
and you never know.
They're in
You never
hot
know.
demand right now, man. Thank you for your
They
patience,
are.
though. And thanks for the ordering it, man.
Yeah, thanks for picking it up. We had a lot of people pick it up. And speaking of merch, Sean, and speaking of Xenoblade, the Xenobabe tees are back.
Man,
Out of the vault.
Dude, I've had so many. I'm buying so much of our own stuff right now. I've got Extra Life hoodies on the way. I've got the mug coming. I got it because I didn't get the Xenobabe the first time. I felt like a bit of a
missed it
fraud.
too.
I felt like I was like not enough into it. But I've now completed it. I've now participated in many conversations here on the podcast, as well as that spoiler cast. You can hear my voice on it every once in a while. And little tease on this.
Ooh.
There was there's some deep themes that we get into on Xenoblade Chronicles 3. There's a lot to explore. And one particularly deep theme, Nagachaka did a great job kind of like going around and asking everybody like for their insight. And he's bringing up this really deep topic. And he goes, Sean, what do you think about this? I'm like, dude, don't ask me. It's like being called in class. I'm like, not this one, because it cut close to the heart, man. So it was nice to talk about, though. Like deep down, I'm glad I got to share on that one. But yeah, it's all there on the spoiler cast. Exclusive.
Very good. Yeah, I'm excited to hear it. And again, we had to, because of everything, because of the spoiler cast, and of course Extra Life, Xenoblade 3 was such a big part of it, we felt it only appropriate to pull it out of the vault for one more time for just this month. You got to get it now, December, or you're going to miss out. Don't let the opportunities slip by again.
Yeah, don't procrastinate. Nobody likes a procrastinator.
Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So that's live now, carpoolgaming.com. But do get it.
Don't do the procrastinate. Just to be clear, don't do the procrastinating. Yeah. Do the purchasing. Let's
be extra clear. So pick up your Xenobabe tea. Listen to the stuff on Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, Sean.
Oh.
Speaking of Patreon. I need to thank Torin Lewis for checking out the free trial. Thank you very much for checking out that free trial. And thank you to, now I think this is meant to be read like Joshua. You can let me know, but it's spelled like JO5H_U4.
Yep.
So, but I think it's like Joshua and Lead Speak.
I think when they spell it like that, it's pronounced Yashua, actually.
I think you're right. Yeah, Yashua, I think is what it is. So you can let me know. But they tried out the free trial and decided to stick around at the exclusive
Get out of
tier.
Here. No way.
Yeah. So
Joshua.
No way.
Thank you. Yeah. Welcome to the Soft J Club. It's very popular around here in Carpool Gaming.
A lot of Soft J's floating around.
Joining in the Yon 32s, the Jonathan Browns, the Yapins.
Yapin.
Yep.
So welcome on in, Joshua. Thanks for sticking around for some reason.
Yashi.
Yeah, Yashi. Exactly.
Yashi.
Oh, Ribo says sub hype. Thank you for the sub. Whoever subbed, I can't see it on my side, but thank you
I
got to
bring that up.
On Twitch, yeah, I should too.
Yeah, we're here live on
Twitch,
Sean. Yeah, go for it.
Speaking of Twitch, you can also
Tech
gift
Mike
merch.
did it. Tech Mike also, look, Tech Mike, when you sub on Twitch, we clap and say your name. Thank you, Tech Mike.
Let's go, Tech Mike.
Also, Tech Mike making his premiere in podcasting with us on the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 spoiler cast. His first ever appearance on any podcast, and I think it's the first time I saw him. I'm like, look at that guy. That's a real person. Nice man.
That's amazing.
It was so cool to hang out with him, man. That's so awesome. Thank you, Tech Mike.
I love that. Thank you, Tech
Yes.
Mike. Yes.
What a big deal. What a community. At this time of year, it's the end of the year, a lot of stuff going on in people's lives. It's amazing to see everybody just really connected. Even right now as we chat. At least it wasn't. Yeah, they're still there. There's a watch party going on in our Discord. People are watching us, right? They're not watching us. It's Bowser and Lachlan, and they're playing Infinity Nikki. But you know what? We'll put it out there.
Us.
Yeah, they'll say nobody else will know.
Y'all could watch us if you want to.
Yeah, just watch us, chat amongst yourselves. I guess that's kind of what everybody's doing literally right now. Do whatever you want to do.
You always do. That's throw it a little back.
And so can you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Yon32 says good community.
Good community. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it is. Speaking of gifts, Sean, you can gift merch to Twitch chat anytime we're live on Twitch. On the website, if you want to buy somebody in the community a Xenobabe tee, give them a gift for Christmas or whatever, you can do that. Carpoolgaming.com. Whenever we're live on Twitch, hit the little gift to Twitch chat button. You can do that. You can also gift Patreon memberships. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming/gift. You can gift Patreon to people and burden them with all of the content that we have on there. You can do that. So, very cool. Now, Sean, I have probably the biggest piece of housekeeping I saved for last.
Oh.
This is very big. This is a huge deal.
Oh, snap.
In just 2 days' time.
What could it be?
You have no idea. You're waiting to see the first time. On Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, we are doing a massive Game of the Year special live on YouTube and Twitch. All of the Carpool hosts will be there, in and out intermittently through the day. A massive 2024 Carpool Gaming Game of the Year special. All-day event, dude. We're going to be there for as long as it takes. Special guests.
That's pretty much it.
We're going to be
as
there,
long
dude.
as it takes. We're going to do it. Look, 8 a.m. Eastern is 6 a.m. my time. I'm going to be
7
there
for me.
with bells on. And I cannot. Last week we had to do the Xbox Drive at 6 a.m. my time. And did you hear this? Did you listen to the show?
Yeah,
did you hear
I
about
did.
this? Did you hear
Yeah.
about this? I woke up from the
were the one
notification that we were live. So that was not a great start for me. So we're doing it on Saturday for as long as it takes. Now, I like to think of this. We always think game of the year is what, everyone calls it, is what is recognizable, the GOATs, as we say. I like to think of this as like the game of our year, as in just whatever game we liked playing the most or games we liked playing the most this year. And so we pronounce it, of course, GUI, game of our year. The GUIs.
I like GUI.
Yep,
Yeah, I like that.
Yep. I think Guigi could be the mascot for the GUIs.
Of the GUIs?
Yes. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Game of our year. Games of our year.
Isn't the slime dude from Kirby, the little slime guy, isn't that GUI? Isn't that
kind of like that too? Honestly, bring all the slimy characters. Bring them all around. Bring slime from Dragon Quest. Your tattoo can.
I mean, just have him chilling out there.
You can just bring all the slimies. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited. This is going to be
too.
a lot of fun. I mean, dude, like when the team was a third this size, our game of the year stuff was chaos. So this year it's going to be something else.
Yeah, incomprehensible. Honestly,
You're speaking
everybody
alien
just
language.
go at once, okay? Don't even worry about talking over each other. Just like for the instance of time, just get it out there, man. We'll see what we pick up.
Who knows what's going to happen? I truly don't know how it's going to go, but I can't wait to figure it. That was actually when we first expanded the team. This is going all the way back to the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
One of my first thoughts, I remember I was like, game of the year is going to go crazy.
It's going to be amazing.
There
There was a lot of different ways we could have done it, but we decided to do it the most chaotic as possible. We could have divvied these up. We could have had multiple different shows. We could have had different groups and everything like that.
Yeah.
People will come and go. I will be there the whole time. There's some of us who will be there the entire time, and that's going to be incredible. And it's just the way things have worked out, and so it'll be like a sitcom. Somebody will come on in and we'll clap and we'll say their name. Exactly.
Bursts on through.
When you join the Game of Our Year episode, we clap and say your name.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you have countless ads about upcoming Carpool commercials. I mean, we could do that. That'd be kind of amazing.
Oh, yeah. We could probably put that together in the next 48 hours.
Yeah, I'm sure we can whip something up.
Yeah, we only have the Xbox Drive tomorrow night, but other than that, totally free and clear and work.
Yeah.
I wish I
work
could
and
do this all the time. Golly, this is so great.
Yeah, man. So that's happening Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern. Be there or be lame.
Or be a loser. Dude, I was right with you.
You don't want to miss that.
What are you doing with your life, man?
Come on,
if you
dude.
miss it, golly.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
suck.
even know like exactly how it's gonna work, but we're gonna figure it out, man. It's gonna be super fun.
We always do, and yeah, if you're here for the people who enjoy the chaos will enjoy. Like this is chaos to the max. But if you're not here for the chaos, it might not be for you. Like I don't know how organized it's gonna be. We'll see. We have a rough sketch of a plan, maybe kind of. We know what we're starting. We know
concepts of a plan.
Exactly. We're gonna talk about games. People are gonna be there, and it'll be live. So that'll be really fun. I don't think we've ever done it live before.
I don't think so. I think we typically pre-record it and stuff, and it's normally very like buttoned up and well put together. Not this time.
Nope.
Not
As
this time, baby.
dangerous as possible.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I know
Oh, my
Ryan put
God.
out a form for people to submit, and I think Ryan was saying it's on track to be like the most stacked community submissions we've ever had. So
This is gonna be a 10-hour episode, you guys, and I can't wait.
Easy. Yeah, we're going to be live like all day. I already know.
Oh my God. I'm going to make trips to like 7-Eleven halfway through. I'm going to come back with snacks and Slurpees and
We're going to
whatever.
order pizza at some point. Like, yeah.
I've done that before. I feel like we've done that. Like we've ordered
did
on
it
a
for
long
Zelda.
stream. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh,
Yeah,
classic.
we might need to do that again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We should all
that'll
just
be
order
fun.
at the same time. We'll all order the same thing from the same place
Who gets
at the
it
same
first?
time and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Whatever
Who's making
works.
it?
Domino's,
Dox
if
'em.
everybody is yeah, totally.
See,
Yeah,
it's a
oh,
little
do-
unfair. My Domino's is very close. I have a Domino's
bring
like,
it on.
across the street. So.
Bring it on. That's just like a handicap in golf kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Have it like reduce the stroke count or whatever.
Yeah.
Make sure Garrett's time slot right at the start. Yeah, 5 a.m.
5
Pacific.
a.m. for
Roll
Garrett.
out of bed there, Garrett. Yeah.
Yep. It's okay. We can't have everybody at the start. We can't. That's the beauty of this. That's why this is going to work so well. We can't have all 12 of us on it all at the same time. So we have like this kind of like rotating cast. It's going to be incredible. I love it.
Super fun. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Come hang out
Even
with us.
Mitch is going to be there for a little bit.
Mitch will be there.
Well, so he says. Who knows? He's a liar, so I don't know what to believe with him.
Maybe he'll do the reverse on you.
Yeah, reverse
He's
extra
like,
life.
I'm totally going to be there.
Totally coming.
Yeah.
Son
Doesn't
of a bitch.
show up.
Yeah.
You want to talk about
gonna be
video
fun.
games?
I thought we were. Weren't we talking about? We're talking about going to talk about video games.
Yeah, what will we? What
What
games
will we be talking about? I can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Yes. Should we talk about video games?
Let's do it.
I will. I will.
What's been going on? Talk to me.
First, I want to tell you that well, I don't know if we've addressed it. We kind of mentioned it last week, but Lachlan is on break, of course.
Yes.
Which is awesome. And I got to watch her streaming that their Animal Crossing for the first time in a really long time. And it was a massive stream, dude. She did awesome. It was so fun to watch. So her channel's still going. People should definitely go check that out. I actually became a member over at the Pigeon Loft or whatever it's called. It was very nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Also, news on the Lachlan front as I just take over for her, I guess. That's the risk you take,
Lachlan
man.
Right
When you take the night off, you take a couple weeks off, you never know what we're going to say about you. But anyways, Lachlan has got an Xbox coming her way.
Yeah,
Throne.com/Lachlan. We did it, everybody. We got her an Xbox. That has nothing to do with this show at all. But
what else is over there? What can we put our energy into now?
What else? Well, maybe we can. There's others like Fulia's got a throne and Fiona's got a throne.com. So we can maybe.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, like that's enough for a lot. Like she's got an Xbox, okay?
She's got enough things.
But she's also got other stuff on over there. So if you like, you can also still go to throne.com/Lochleth. She did start all this.
Else's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yon32 says we need to get Fia an Xbox. That would actually make more sense.
That would.
Fiona being the one on the Xbox Drive.
She's on the Xbox Drive, yeah, after all.
But Lachlan gets credit, man. I didn't even know what Throne.com was before this. So a trendsetter.
I'd heard of it, but
yeah. Well, that's the way it always goes. You hear about it, and then Lachlan makes it popular.
That's how it always works. I heard she discovered Neon White.
Oh, she really did. It was her. She was the one. Yeah. So I was watching that, which is great. People should go check out her YouTube channel. I built a bunk bed last night that I wanted to tell you about.
Yeah, you did.
That was pretty good. I did it all by myself. It was pretty great. And the kids are up on there, and it's still standing. So
yeah.
You know, that's kind of a horrifying thing to think about. You just hope this thing is...
The second they put any weight on it.
Yeah, it's crashing down. Yep. It's like, oh, good thing we got another one coming along the way, because it's a death trap over there, that bunk bed I built for them. Just a backup plan coming in March, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess
That's awful. I haven't even
insurance.
spent the night in it yet, man. I shouldn't even say anything. Tonight will be the first night with it. But that did take some time away from playing video games, or so I thought.
So you thought.
Immediately afterwards, I come down, I see everybody was hanging out in the Discord. It was one of those just beautiful moments. I was even saying to Chelsea, my wife, while you guys were all hanging out in the Discord, my wife, I'm like, look how many people are there. They're all just like hanging out and enjoying each other's company. And I was listening to everybody while I was building the bunk bed. It was very sweet, just very nice December moment, December evening. You know, having the family over. You just love seeing everybody interacting, loving on each other and stuff. It's very nice. Yeah, proud papa. So I finished the bunk bed. Everything was good. And then I came downstairs, and all of a sudden, Seth, Lachlan was talking about that Neon White, and that was it. That's all you needed to hear.
It was pretty bad. I was in a weird state of mind.
Oh.
Do we want to just get into this? Do we want to just...
We're doing Neon White right now. We're doing the Neon White thing right... Oh, do you want to pin it? Actually, I kind of like the tease.
We can pin it. I mean, there's other stuff to talk about.
I don't have a lot to say about the other ones, so like honest, and not for the sake of the bit, but like I'm into 1000 times resist, and it's a game for. I'm not very far. I'm in like halfway through chapter 2. I don't know how many chapters there are. So I've got the basic gist. I think there's murder, there's intrigue, there's I think a pandemic. Yeah. There's a lot of anime stuff going on. So I'm trying to keep up, but I don't think there's any hope. Based on what I'm seeing people talking about in the Discord, keeping up with what's going on in this story is going to be a bit of a challenge. But I like the art style. I like the voice acting is very, very cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I need to be in the mood for it though. This is gonna be a thing for me. I think it's gonna have to be because I'm in a neon white mood, man. I'm in one of those like let me just go jump around Mario Odyssey and play these things. Let me go play the game from my childhood, Donkey Kong Land on NSO, and Donkey Kong Land 2 is out there, and Donkey Kong Land 3.
Yeah,
dude, I'm so happy. Like, look at me. I'm so happy right now. There's
Homer
so
Simpson
many...
with donuts being like shoved in your mouth.
Yeah, like I'm in hell. Just That's Simpsons references. Nobody understands them anymore. So I'm glad you and I at least get that, because surely nobody knows what the hell we're talking about. It used to be a thing. Simpsons references used to be peak comedy.
It used to be a thing.
Oh, that was great. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to. I am playing other games, but where my heart is this neon white night that we had last night, this morning.
I'm with you.
Just one of those like, let's just make bad decisions and just have fun. Let's just indulge. We know it's late. We know we've got things to do in the morning, but why don't we go ahead, jump into the Discord, and play a little neon white? Let's just install this sucker, and let's just share our screen with one another.
Yeah.
So that when we get a new high score, new fast time, the other person can maybe get a look, catch a look, and see if they want to do something about that. Yeah.
It's pretty great, dude. I feel like the second I start talking about it, the other things I'm gonna be like, yeah, and I guess I played this crap. I just want to talk about
I'm telling you, man. This was me about Tetris Effect a couple of weeks ago. It's like, what are we doing with our lives? We have great games. They've been out for a long time. Yeah, they've been there for a while, and we know about them. It's not like we got to go discover, hey, I wonder if Neon White's good. It is. It's not even just good. It's one of the greatest games ever made.
I completely agree. I wrote the description for tonight's episode just kind of like jokingly, but not really. I wasn't like joking that much.
Yeah,
I said something like it's crazy that they kept making video games after the entire medium peaked on June 16th, 2022.
Oh my god.
And it's like, it's kind of true. Like I don't know, man. Like last night, so okay. Let's just get into this. Let's just get into this. Okay.
Set the scene.
Last night, I see everybody hanging out. I've been sick. I've been, drinking NyQuil and stuff, and trying to get over this little cold
from a flask. I just see just sucking it back.
Yeah. Just trying to get over whatever it is I've had, and I roll over to the computer and I see the Discord and I see all these people hanging out. I'm like, well, I want to hang out.
Yeah,
and
that looks fun.
That looks fun. Like Lachlan and Bowser are playing something. The second I get in the call, like 3 people leave.
Oh,
they're like, oh, bye. And then Sean's like, so we'll drink some beers, and everybody goes, no.
Yeah, no. I'm like, so beer night, or they're like,
everybody in unison.
It's Wednesday. What's the matter with you? Like, I never asked that question, and I guess I never will ever again. But I still have some leftovers from Star Wars night a few weeks back.
Oh, man. And then Lachlan, like right before she gets off for the night, she says just kind of offhandedly, she goes, oh, yeah, Sean gifted me Neon White on Steam. And I was like, oh, like you have it on Steam? I've been looking for a reason. I've been just looking for any excuse to justify getting it on Steam. So I'm like, I guess I'm just going to get it on Steam.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I picked it up, and I'd never played it on PC before. I played the mess out of it on Switch, but this is my first time playing it on PC, and it wasn't too long before Sean started getting in there too, and we both just kind of started playing at the same time, and one thing led to another.
Yada, yada, yada. I'm really tired today.
Yeah. I'm a little tired today.
Yeah.
I had the lobster bisque.
I mentioned the bisque.
Yeah. And it was like that though, because like before you knew it, we both got to the level Elevate, which is maybe the 4th or 5th level in the game.
Yeah.
And
we spent the first few levels kind of shaking off a little bit of rust.
Yeah,
like it's been a couple months since I've picked it up. You haven't played it on PC, so we're just kind of like settling in, stretching our muscles a little bit, just a little warm up lap.
Yeah, kind of getting back into the swing of things, getting back in the groove. And then before you know it, there's just that level Elevate is like maybe one of my favorite video game levels of all time. Like it's so perfectly digestible, and like we just had the perfect experience because we're both playing at the same time, and we're literally watching each other beat each other's scores in real time. And it was just that feedback, that like friendly competition, but also like seeing what the other one was doing differently, and like just all these little like micro optimizations that we're doing. And we had the goal in mind of like, we can both get this under 16 seconds and then we'll go to bed. And then we did, and then you beat my time after I got under 16 seconds, and then it was like on. We played for like another hour after that. It was insane.
The same level. I just don't know if people really understand like what the heck that's all about. And this, you've got this head bounce thing going on that I don't. Oh, you can do it on this other one. We're watching. This video is from Amethyst. It's a tutorial on how to do this one really, really quickly. 14 seconds.
Yeah, that's fast. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this level. Look, we played it. Oh, you can swipe the.
Oh yeah, with the sword. Yeah. Oh. Anything that you hit a projectile with increases your speed. So this is, y'all, Neon White's the greatest game ever made. It's so good. The thing about Neon White is these little tiny things the game never expressly tells you. So you find out over the course of play that like these enemies that you're fighting shoot at you, but if you hit the projectiles, you get a little burst of speed. And that little extra second of extra speed is what you need to like get you the higher score, the faster time. We're talking, I think the difference between our times is like 500ths of a second or something like that.
Yep.
It's insane. It's little stuff like that. And we're literally playing this same level for like 90 minutes last night, just trying to shave off literally like a 1/10 of a second of each other's time.
And
insane.
Look, I understand that when we, like, even just talking about it right now, I'm like, none of this makes really any sense.
It doesn't.
Like, that doesn't actually sound all that appealing at all. And I think I said it a couple times while we were playing. I'm like, I don't even want to look at the clock, because when I realized what was happening as I was playing on my PC here, and I was chatting on Discord, and I've got my microphone. You can't really see it here, but I've got my microphone on this like boom arm, and I'm chatting with you guys, and slowly but surely I'm leaning closer and closer to the monitor, especially at the end of the level where it's kind of like if you're sprinting, sprinters, like they lean across the finish line. They like kind of jump across, try to get their head across the line. That's what I was doing at the end of every try. And this is what, 15, 16 seconds. So it's every 15, 16, maybe 20 seconds with the restart and everything. I'm just leaning closer and closer and closer. And then all of a sudden I realized like my back hurts. Because I'm 40, I'm playing games until 1 o'clock in the morning, and I've just got this awful posture because I'm so engrossed by the game. And you can talk about, all the micro adjustments that you can make, and you get a little speed boost here and there. And like from a technical level, that's exactly what's happening. But from a more like subjective standpoint, you feel it. Like that's what I'm trying to get across with like me leaning in. It's like, you're in it. It's so, the first person's perspective is so wonderful and the art design is great. But you just feel like you're in this world. The momentum is just so, you feel it in your, like, as if you yourself are moving. Like this game it's incredible that it's not a VR game, because it feels like I'm in this world and moving around like this. So you sort of like internalize those little speed boosts. You kind of like almost inherently know, oh, I'm getting a little faster, because the opposite is just as jarring. When you don't get that speed burst, when you don't make it just quite right, you feel like you're going slow as molasses after a while, like repeating the same thing over and over. Like you start to notice these 1/10 of a second, and it feels like you're dragging your heels, man.
There's just, it's like when a game can nail its controls, it just feels so perfect, so fluid.
Yeah,
it feels like an extension of your thoughts. Like it feels like you have melded, you've become one with the game. And I know it sounds crazy, but like there's just something about it. It feels, I wouldn't change a thing about it. No notes.
No notes.
You know what I mean? Like it's perfect. And I don't know, man, like they've just completely nailed it. And like, there's a bunch of little like other superfluous things about the game. This brand new game from 2022, like 2.5 years ago. I just like, I got sucked right back into it, and again, I hadn't played this game since it was new, but like, it's timeless. Like the gameplay of this game is so flawless that like, it will never be bad. Like I will never not love this. It's perfect.
And one of the things I love doing with you, Seth, we did this with the Exit 8 with Lachlan as well.
Yeah.
Where we make like multiplayer sessions out of non-multiplayer games. You know, and this one leans into a little bit more with the leaderboards and stuff. Like it's meant to be compared. That's the basis, the DNA of the game. But I love the combination of just like community and the Discord and the active chat and everything. And just like, what if we just put up the screen so we can watch each other play? Like I would also say like it's a very watchable game. Totally. And that's probably true with a lot of like speed running things. And we're watching one that's really great right now. Sometimes when you watch a speed run, it can almost get like too technical. It's almost like you don't even know what you're really seeing. I don't know if that's really the case with this. I just think you're looking at really fluid gameplay and just maximizing all the abilities that are available to this player and like the way people move and the double jumps that you get and the little bombs you get to thrust yourself forward. I think it makes a lot of sense, and you just appreciate the quickness of it all. And just it's a good spectator game, I would say.
I agree, and I think it's funny too because like I want you guys to understand. I want to really drive home the fact that if you're watching the video right now, the video that Sean's been playing, I want y'all to know that Sean and I played just that level over and over
for at least 90 minutes or 2 hours.
At least something like that.
16 seconds.
All night. Like that's how engaging the game is. I could have done it longer. Like
Same.
I wasn't even a little tired when we decided. I wasn't
tired at all. I went to bed and I felt like I was still hearing the music is definitely playing a huge part in this. It's doing a big lift just because it like I said, you just want to jump into this world. And the music is just it's a perfect mix of being chill and also getting your heart going as well. Like I was very alert last night. But then also what happens as the hours go on, you kind of start to lose your way a little bit.
Right.
And you're like, I'm jumping like it feels like a second too late. I'm a little behind where I should be. But I couldn't tell if that was just because I was tired or if I was getting a little complacent and just doing the same thing over and over again. But that's what speedrunners, I imagine, kind of have to battle all the time. Just that dedication of just like, and the precision of it all. Now, some people might be hearing a lot of this because we're talking about the sweaty, like we're getting sweaty last night. It was getting a little,
big time.
Little competitive. There's a whole other way to play this game that doesn't involve any of this. And I think that's one of the things I appreciate about it so much is you can be interested in the speedrunning element of it, the competitive element. You can be interested in 0%, and you can still really, really enjoy this game. And that's kind of like what Mario's got going for it, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, one of the most casual, family-oriented, all for all ages. But if you want to master Mario, like you can, because it's just built that well. It's designed that well. Lots of different secrets, lots of different moves. You could, speed run that if you wanted to as well. So lots of cool stuff, man.
It's that moment of like discoverability of like, it's little stuff like you're watching me play and you're like, yeah, you don't need to go for that guy. Like you have all these cards. You can skip all, like it's stuff like that. I remember when I first played the game, the moment that blew my mind, there's a level where you normally have to like go all the way over to the side and like shoot these like balloon guys. But I realized that like, oh wait, I have a gun at the start. Like I can just shoot them from afar and like not even go over there at all. And that was when I started to see the Matrix. I was like, oh my God, like you can skip so many things and they've designed around that, Hang
on a second. We're watching this. He can get the card from underneath, he can get the power up from underneath the wood deck, the little dock there.
You can. Yep.
Oh, there's so many little tricks and trinkets. It's so cool.
There's a lot of little tricks. There's a level, I think it might be called Bounce, like the first level where you see those big ball demons. You can like get on one of the ledges, like you can just barely get on it, and like if you just angle it correctly, you can like shoot the guys in the distance and like avoid probably half of the level, and just shave like 10 seconds off your time. It's crazy,
insane. It's very addicting, man. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't think of themselves as speedrunners. I'm with you, man. That's not like. I remember people talking about this game when it first came out. I'm like, I don't understand it. And the word card, might as well have been a 4-letter word. Like it might as well have been a foul, like a swear word. Just because card games, especially at that time, were very, very popular. It's like the last thing I ever wanted to do. And it's like, technically, yes. But really, these are just like disposable abilities,
Right.
They're just guns that you're pulling up. It's not, I don't know. Don't be dissuaded by the card thing. Don't be dissuaded by the speed running thing. Like all of those things, there's a lot of bullet points. If you put a bunch of features on the box of this game, all of them would turn me away. I promise you that. And I don't even remember how I don't even know how I got this game. It's been so long. Like I'm just so deep into the rabbit hole, man. I don't even know how I started, but I'm so glad that I did. Because yeah, like I remember thinking all those things. Don't want cards. I don't care about speed running. None of those things are for me. You just spend like 5 minutes with it. I feel like JB too at Extra Life was the same. You just like start moving. Literally the first level is just about movement and getting from point A to point B. And it's like, oh, I get it. Yeah, this feels great. It's like, why don't all games feel like this?
Yeah, instantly. And then, I mean, yeah, like it also just has this totally like 2002 anime aesthetic, like Steve Bloom from Cowboy Bebop voices the protagonist. Like,
hell yeah.
It like totally has that whole thing. Like if you've ever been a fan of like Adult Swim anime, like it's totally that. And it just, I don't know, man. It's just a beautiful, beautiful game. I love it so much. And it was one of those things like last night, I mean, how often as a gamer, I'm going to wax poetic a little bit.
Yeah,
right
I know. I'm right. I know exactly where as soon as you pause.
I'm like, how often do you get that chance to like fall back in love almost with a video game? Like,
yeah.
So often with games, like you go back to them and they just don't hit the same. I'm not the same place mentally anymore. But no, I picked up Neon White last night and it was as if I never left. Yeah, listen. It was like an old leather jacket, dude. It just like it fit just right. Like everything, it hasn't aged a day. It is a perfect video game.
It really is. 10 out of 10. Definitely.
What
I want to play, like, so there's a couple moments too that I want to highlight. You kind of mentioned, we were beating each other's times and we got to the point, and this will happen for anybody who plays a level at least more than once, and you start to think that you've maxed out your ability. I think I actually said that a couple times. I'm like, Seth, I think I've done it about as fast as my hands will allow me. I don't think I see anything else. There's a trick that you were doing that I couldn't pull off, so I felt like that was limiting me a little bit. So I'm like, I think that's it. But for whatever reason, I just kept playing, just kind of see what happens. And out of nowhere, there was actually twice. So there's two things we were going for. One was trying to get under 16 seconds. And we even said, look, if we get under 16 seconds, we can shut it off. That's how we like,
we'll be allowed.
Quote unquote, beat the game. We're gonna, like, that's how we'll feel satisfied and that'll be all good. And I think you were the first one. I think you got like 15.9 or something
like that. Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, he did it. And like Seth was the one. It was almost like a race for one of us to reach that time. And you were the one who first got there, and that was great. And I'm like, well, I gotta see if I can catch that. Let's see what I can do about that. And it took me a while, and I think me still playing it kept you still playing. Totally. Like, well, I can't be done right now. And so I ended up cracking 16, and it was very shortly after I said, I think I've maxed out my capacity, my talent, my ability. And then all of a sudden I beat 16. I'm like, I literally threw up my hands. Like, we were off camera and you couldn't see me. I literally threw up my hands to the ceiling. I like that, like, without even thinking about it. That was just my natural reaction. I'm just sitting there playing. I'm leaning in as close as possible. And I just like throw up my hands. Like, I did it. Like, there's just such jubilance. And it felt so good. There's no theater about it. It's just, that's what happened. That's what my arms did. That's the noise that came out of my mouth when that time popped up, which was incredible. And then you kept getting faster and faster, man. You kept getting 15-8, 15, like the low 15-8s.
The best part was you topped that time. I had already stopped sharing my screen
at
a certain point because I thought we were going to go to bed. I was like, oh, we did it. Like, I thought we were done. And so I stopped sharing my screen. And then you beat the time, and I was like, "Oh, hell no," And then Sean mentions like, "Oh, you're not sharing your screen anymore." But right before Sean said that, Sean's like, "You're not sharing your screen anymore." But like literally like a second before you said that, I had topped your time. And I was like, "Oh, hang on, I'll fix that."
And then throws up the screen. And it probably took me a second because I didn't know you were up to something. It took me a second. I see the screen. You son of a bitch! You beat my time again, man. It was so funny.
It was the best.
And I'm glad we're able to at least kind of like share it for anybody who cares to listen about this nonsense, anyways. Because it was just one of those like off the podcast, like not a stream kind of
Totally.
moment. It was just us. We played long enough for Drellish over in Germany to wake up and wish us good morning and everything, which is always a good sign. So yeah, you did that, and it just ignited me again, man. I'm like, okay, well, that was such a friendly and antagonistic kind of move.
Totally.
Just a great comedic moment. Great beat.
It's like it reminds me, like, it made me feel like a kid. Like, it made me feel like when you're, when you're a kid and you're playing with your friends and you're kind of like ribbing each other a little bit, playing games and talking smack, and it's the best. What a day.
Well, and then I think the last thing that I'll say, just as we were starting to wrap up, somehow we still had quickness in our hands as we were playing, and out of nowhere, like I posted this time at like 15.75, I think it was, something like that. And like literally, I think you said, you're like, out of nowhere, this guy like just raised the bar. I didn't think I had it in me, but it was a flow state. From beginning to end, I'm like, this is it. Every jump felt great. Everything I was looking for just felt good. And then boom, there's the time. And of course, like my time is nothing compared to, the pro Neon White players out there. But I felt like a pro. That's the thing is it allows for that. The medal system that it has at the end, you can have a bronze, silver, gold, and then platinum, I guess it is. And it seems like, okay, platinum must be, it's even better than gold. Like, how could there be any better? And there is. There's other levels. So
developer times.
It does this great job to, kind of like allow you to win and feel like a pro gamer, capital G gamer. Holy crap!
Those were gamer hours last night, dude. We were being gamers last night.
Why do we play anything else? Let's play a different level. There's like 100 of them.
There's literally like I think 96 levels. No, more than that, because there's all the side levels you can do with the characters. I mean, yeah. Dude,
there's a whole story to it and everything, but
there's a story also. Yeah.
Also.
So is the Yarden in the chat, or Jarden, if you like, in the chat.
Yes.
So is PC version the way to go? I see some people swearing by the Switch gyro controls. I originally played on Switch, and it's great on Switch. I loved playing it that way, but if you're like a mouse and keyboard type of person, then PC is great too. With PC, you can probably get, I think Switch is at a locked 60 frames, and with PC you can get like way higher than that, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like it's great on Switch. Any way you play it, it's gonna be great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to? Lachlan and Amanda, if they're listening, they're so glad they took the night off.
They're not here tonight.
They're not here.
Yeah. They're like, I don't know if I want to play Neon White
Dodged
anymore.
a bullet. Yeah. But again, like for me, like I got there. I did not start there. Like this has been a journey, and it's been very enjoyable for me. But that's not how I started with Neon White, not even a little bit. But I think it was who was it? Rybo, I think at Extra Life had mentioned. I think it was JB or Lachlan was playing. When you start to restart a level before you're done, because you could be doing it faster, that's the sign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You're
the
in.
hooks are in. You have no escape anymore. Yeah.
Now speaking of Lachlan did submit a question related to Neon White. So
Love it.
Let's
First
bring
time,
in
long time.
Lachlan. Yeah, first time, long time Lachlan, who says, "Listen," in all caps.
I am.
So we're listening. Yeah. I also have that there Neon White game, and we'll be diving into it this weekend. Besides trying to beat your friends' times, what else is special about the game? I know you've done a whole video on it, Seth, but it's been a moment since I watched it. I did a video about how the game kind of made me feel like emotionally, because it reminded me of being a teenager and stuff, and kind of being into the anime stuff I was telling you all about. But it's kind of like we touched on, like the thing that's special about the game is like you really can play it any way that you want to, and the game encourages you to like get out of your comfort zone a little bit. I feel like that's a huge theme of the game in general, is like a lot of people will look at the story and say, oh, well, this is cringy. Or they'll look at like the speedrunning thing and say, oh, that's not for me. Or the cards and say, card games, I don't know. But like the game subverts all of those expectations. And if you just let the game take you where it wants to take you, like it's almost saying like, don't judge a book by its cover,
100%.
sort of thing.
Yep.
I think that's really cool. So.
Yeah, I mean, what is you're kind of like in heaven and you're trying to do some stuff for God, which, if that matters, cool. Like you can get into the story. For me, it was like, it was just kind of there and to serve as a reason for me to be going from level to level. Like it barely,
Sure.
like the gameplay almost doesn't make any sense. Like what does that have to do with that? Like what does this,
Right.
like, let me speed run this level have to do with, this whole thing. But I'd be very curious to know like what Lachlan thinks of the story on it. Like I think there's an audience for that. I enjoyed it. It's definitely, I cannot fake saying that's what I loved about it, but I didn't hate it either. It was there and cool voice acting. I'm just gonna make it sound crappy because it's just not something I'm nearly as passionate about. But yeah, it's there for other people, I guess.
Yeah, and again, you can play it however you want. If you want to just run through it and just get the story and just like play the levels, you can. If you want to get super sweaty, like dude, when this game first came out, I was telling you this. I think like week 1, I spent like 40 hours in the game total, and I think 20 of them were just in the first world.
Yeah,
like literally.
I mean, the speedrunning is one part too, and the other side is like you can collect all the gifts, which opens up a whole bunch of different dialogue options. That feels like a little bit more like the active story part of it,
right?
Like because there's like a kind of a collectathon thing there. Just make sure you get to do all the things around all the levels, and I'd love to see. I mean, yeah, no notes, but I'd love more levels. I'd love more stuff to do.
More.
I would love more Neon White. That would be great. But at the same time, like I could probably spend the next 16 years replaying 10 levels of this. Like I actually don't need more. I would like more, but I spent enough time on Elevate with you last night that I could, do the same thing with 10 other levels over the next couple of months and then return to Elevate all over again and not remember it.
Yeah, I mean the only, if I have any real like knock against the game, it's not even really a complaint. It's just that when you get towards the end, the levels get way bigger and way like,
right. They're not 15-second do-overs.
Yeah, they wind up being 2 to 5 minutes. Some of them, like big like levels.
Yeah,
but it also like once you get into the final like world of the game, the last like big power up they give you is so cool. And they also like remove because normally you have to kill all the demons in the level to like get to the checkpoint to the end goal, and they remove that requirement too, so they let you really like play and like you're just zipping around the map. It's like, oh, it's so cool, man. That game
what a game. Yeah, so the game of our year 2024, Neon White.
I mean, dude, like, yeah. It's pretty
There's going to
great.
be like this almost like overarching, because we do our game of the year kind of a little bit differently. So basically there's just going to be like this category of our favorite games of all time. And did we get to them?
Yeah.
Like Neon White, did we play? One of my most favorite games that I played most years, at least once, at least for a little while, is Fury, or Furry, if you like.
Furry,
I love that game. There's a couple of these games I love. Our Tetris Effect, I was just talking about a couple weeks ago as well. You got to go, can't go a full year without playing these games. And that'd actually be a really interesting, maybe additory category.
Yeah, there you go.
On the game of our year. Just what are some of our favorite games ever? You just don't miss it. Don't go another year without playing some of your favorite games. This is a good reminder, PSA for everybody. You know what
Just
your
to feel
favorite games
alive,
are. Yeah.
Just to
Seriously.
feel a little something,
Just
man.
feel something.
Just to be like, yes, like, because sometimes I get into these funks every now and then with video games, where I'm like, nothing's really doing it. But you know what always does it? Neon White. Every single time, it never fails.
Yes,
it always does it.
Spread the joy. I want to know what other people's what that is for other people, and I do think that folks should try out Neon White. Of course, we've been going on about it, but I do think it's not going to land with 100%. I'm just going to guess that it's not going to land with 100% of people out there. So in those cases, leave a comment below. Let us know in the Discord, like, what are those games that just like cause you to do what we're doing tonight? We're completely geeking out, just unabashed, full grown-ups, just forgetting all the responsibilities in the world so that we can just laugh and enjoy the video game for the purity of playing the video game. What game is that for everybody? I would love to know that.
I'd love to hear that.
It's just pure joy and jubilance, jubilation.
There's nothing like it, dude. And it's just it's like, you get done with a session like that, and like when I was going to bed last night, trying to go to bed, I was just like, man, video games are good, dude.
Yep.
Video games.
Like, when do we get to do that?
Good.
I was thinking, like, when do we get to do that again?
I know. Yeah, I want to just do it again. Like, that might be what the post show is. Just play Neon White.
Maybe we don't have it. Look, we've got a 10-hour game of our year podcast we're doing on Saturday. Maybe there won't be a post show. You know what I'm saying?
Just play Neon White.
Last week we just cried, or at least I did. I just cried the whole time. So, I don't know if I want to do that again. I want to feel
God
joy.
only knows.
Last
Yeah.
week we were crying. This week we're playing Neon White, and all my problems are solved,
God.
man. Everything's
That would
good.
be an unlistenable podcast. Just us playing Neon White silently. The
Well,
clack
just
of
the
our-
silent clicking of the mouse and the
mechanical
keyboard
keyboards.
buttons, and just and the kind of like grumbling under our mouth. Just I missed it.
That was slow. You remember when we started and our goal is to get under 16 seconds, and then at a certain point it's like if I get over 16 seconds it's slow.
So slow.
It's
Yeah.
I'm like
I know.
molasses right now.
Oh my god. So good. What is that game for everybody else? I would love to know, because
Yes.
this is getting to the core, the pure joy about video games. I want to know what it is out there. If it isn't Neon White, submit. What is it?
Yes.
Tell us.
Submit.
Yes,
Well,
please.
I could talk about Neon White literally all night, but I do want to tell you about another game
Okay.
because I think it might be a Sean game.
Okay. I love this so much.
I think it might be.
Okay.
There's a game called Savant Ascent Remix. Okay. Put up a video on All Ends channel this week. This is actually the first game from the Owlboy devs, D-Pad Studio.
Oh yeah.
This is their first game they ever made, and they remade it, new content, bunch of new modes and stuff. It's a twin stick shooter.
Oh, you
but
got me.
It's a pixel art twin stick shooter, but you're going up this tower. It's got this whole heavy metal aesthetic. You're going up this tower, and there's two elevators, and you're dashing back and forth between the two elevators and shooting enemies and grabbing them and pulling them towards you. You're kind of dashing. You can jump. I'm doing a little tutorial right now in the video, but you're fighting robots with chainsaws and laser sharks and look at this, dude.
Oh, this is such a fun game. Oh my gosh, look at that.
And you get these massive combos. Every 100 hits on the combo, your dude changes color and fires his weapon faster, and it gets insane.
Where did this come from? What in the world?
It's so fun. The music is incredible. Actually, they collaborated with this Savant is a Norwegian musician, and the main character is just him. You're just playing as this dude, and the whole thing has this crazy soundtrack going on the whole time. It rules. It's so much fun.
Oh, I'm so glad you told me about that. When did this come out? This is
It just came
originally
out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm Googling. I'm giving a quick Google. It must have come out on Steam in 2023.
The first version. Well, yeah, I think Remix did come out on Steam before it came out. It's now on consoles, I think. This is the Switch version that I'm playing in this video. But dude, it's so much fun. It's a total Sean game. Those chests pop up, you grab them, and then you get a little CD.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love how many of these Sean games are coming out. This is this is definitely a thing now.
Just arcadey, over the top, fast, fluid, pure
I'll be
gameplay.
watching out for this, man. We get a lot of these indie games on Xbox. I might be just claiming that one. Holy crap.
I think you would like it. It's a lot of fun. It's I was very it came out of nowhere for me too. They reached out and I was I've never even heard of this, but I liked Owlboy, and
I gotta add Owlboy to the list. I think I might have that game somewhere. I feel like
yeah,
I've got that
Owlboy's
game.
nothing like this though. It's Owlboy's a kind of cozy, chill Metroidvania. The thing about this studio, they have I don't know, 4 or 5 people that work there, and they all one of them made Owlboy, one of them made this,
Oh,
one
cool.
of them, so they're totally different flavors for everything they make, and it's excellent. It's super fun. Yeah, had a blast with it.
Nice, man. Thanks for
think you'd
showing.
like it.
Oh my gosh, influencer.
I think you'd like it. Dude. It's
Dang, no
and it's
kidding.
cheap. It's I think under $10. It's not expensive. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh, this I think is the first boss fight, which is against a little Mario version of yourself after you blow up this sphere, I think, or something like that. So yeah,
I love it. Lots of
rules.
flashy colors, a lot of explosions, bullet hell almost. I like
A lot
this.
of dopamine.
Yeah, it looks really good. More, please. More video games.
It is. Yeah, it's a video game, dude.
Nice.
Like it is just one of those just pure gameplay, like pure dopamine. It rules. Check
Love
it out,
man. Very cool.
You'd like it.
I will.
The only other thing that I wanted to shout out is Wild Frost, which I mentioned that I picked up. I got it on sale. I've been playing it, and I think it was maybe Croco Kyle was asking about it in Discord. I think maybe did it come to like Game Pass recently or something like that? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I got it on Switch. I bought it on sale on Switch. This is a deck building like roguelike card game. And if you like Slay the Spire, like it's kind of like that, if you ever played that, you're going on runs, you're building up like a team, like a little army, and it's got this kind of like snowy like aesthetic, and yeah, I don't know. I've been enjoying it. It's got a lot of fun like synergies and setups that you can do. Yeah, Yon32 says it is on Game Pass. Yeah, perfect for like the season because it's all snowy and stuff and wintry. So. I'd recommend that too. If you like stuff like that, if you like those deck builders, check it out. It's a good one. I like it. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's video games. Do you want to answer some questions?
Are they about Neon White?
No. Locklith had the Neon White question. Well, you know what though? Hang on. Shy Guy actually had a question. Shy Guy's question is, what Switch game after Neon White do you think would make a great simultaneous community game?
Simultaneous community game. Can I ask what you think that means?
I think he's talking about like
for us all to play at the same time.
Right, like on the level of a Xenobabe or something like that. I mean, I would love it if everybody played Neon White. Like, I would love that.
Please.
But like, I don't know. Like the thing about it is I never know like what the ingredients to that are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that I could predict what the next big community thing is.
Well, a lot of those ingredients that make a lot of sense weren't there for Xenoblade at all.
Absolutely not.
Inexpensive game would help, or like free to play, like everybody has access to it would help. No, that game is like full price for years.
Right.
You know, something that a casual kind of experience maybe might help, like a Mario Kart. Xenoblade wasn't that either. Like we pushed that boulder way up that hill, man, completely uphill. So really, really difficult to predict. And we talked about that on the spoiler cast. You literally heard my brain grind to a halt there. Where I'm like, I feel like I've said this before somewhere. It was
Deja vu.
2 nights ago. Yeah, a little bit of like, where am I right now? I put out there to the universe this. I've been playing a little bit of that Mario Odyssey. I think that could be kind of fun.
Yeah. Everybody just go back and play Mario Odyssey.
We could do that too. Yep.
Yeah. I would be way into that. That's another one where I've been thinking about that game a lot. And I'm like, I might, like, who cares about these new games, dude? I just want to play Neon White and Mario Odyssey and,
I've been feeling the itch for Wonder as well.
Yeah, I would not mind Wonder. Going back to that. Yeah, reevaluate it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yon32 mentions Xenoblade 2. Which, yeah, maybe, but we also have X coming out in March, so
I'll be playing 2 right away. 2's coming up for me. It's on deck for me as well. Damn, there was another game I just had in mind. Shoot, I lost it. Oh no, I had it.
You'll think of it in like 10 minutes.
Like next week, probably.
You wake up in a cold sweat.
Ah,
Mario Wonder.
Not damn.
Yeah.
Mario Golf. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh,
a Mario Golf game, but on like 3DS. Like somehow
let's go back
that
to the old one.
Yeah, I want like World Tour. That was the good one. But maybe there's sick. Is there on NSO, like, can you play the 64 one, or is there a worthy alternative for a Mario Golf game? Maybe.
Yeah, I think you could do Mario Golf NSO, but probably only like 4 players.
Yeah, could be fun just to have people just playing golf, Shout out to ARMS too. ARMS has the greatest multiplayer lobby system in a video game, and nobody knows about it. I love that. I think it's great because it kind of like you can be playing with a whole bunch of people, and you're in a, like, we'll call it a lobby, like this virtual room, and then the game will just kind of like pair you up with 1 or 2 other people or 4 other people, whatever it is, in different game modes. Like there's like the basketball one and the volleyball one, or like just 1v1 or like all these different kinds of things, and it's this mix of how many players will be in the match and what game type is it. I just thought it was great. So shout out to
Yeah.
freaking arms. And you can just
Arms rules.
some people are really good at arms and it can be terrifying, but at the same time, you just mash some buttons and bash people
fun.
around. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
good. I mean, there's Smash too. Smash would be pretty all right too.
We could play Smash. We could all just play. I want everybody to make a tier list of every Mario Kart course. Let's just do that as a community.
You are high. Moo Moo Meadows, the top
That's what
of the
I told
list.
you. Sean, well, the thing that got me was Sean said boring music. I was like, that's crazy.
Look,
Boring
can
music,
listen, let's back up the truck here a little bit because it's amazing how we talked about all the games that you've been playing and you didn't mention Mario Kart, which you
forgot.
played 7 hours, 7.5, 8 hours of. You played every track. Now,
Yeah.
people might hear like, oh yeah, you played every track. Sorry, how many tracks are there? How many dozens of tracks are
I
there?
think 96.
There are 96 tracks.
Yeah.
If you counted 1 to 96, you just literally said the numbers, you would get bored by the end of that.
I'll be real. I didn't get bored at all. I
Of
had a
course you
blast.
didn't. It looked like you're
Yeah.
having a great time. And if you're going to do, you set the new bar for how to do tier lists from now on.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're going to do like, let's say you're doing like a Smash tier list, like you got to
Play it
play
all.
as the
Yeah.
characters or play the levels, play the, the stages
Got to do it. Yeah.
and then
well,
rank them.
Yeah, like, because to me, I was like, when you play Mario Kart, especially when you've played like however many hundreds of hours of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe we've all played at this point, like you have your favorites and you just like rinse those, dude. Like you're just like, every time I'm playing, I'm voting for like Sydney Sprint and Electrodrome and all this stuff that just always comes up the same way. every time.
Electrodrome is wild. That is
I love
insane.
Electrodrome.
I know
It's
you
one of
do.
my
Moo Moo
favorites.
Meadows, and I hope you know that this is a jovial ribbing.
I know,
Is
I
what's
know.
going on here.
Yeah.
But you are insane. But you're out of
that's
your
what
mind.
That's what I love about it, because like the second I started doing it, I'm like, yeah, like I'm sorry. What I discovered doing this is that everybody has strong Mario Kart opinions.
Yeah.
Absolutely everybody. People who like normally like don't like are not argumentative with me or whatever are like, you put Yoshi's Circuit in the D, bye. You know what I mean?
Unsubscribe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Report.
Totally, and it's also the kind of thing where you realize like very few of these tracks I would call like genuinely bad. You know what I mean? Like almost none of them. Like
It's tough to label them as F,
It's hard,
Yeah.
everything's relative, but you also can't, when you're talking about 96 courses, you have to have a bell curve with the rankings, and so it's rough, dude, but everybody, like, it could be like finding new ways to enjoy some of your favorite games could be a thing. Like, you never know.
Yes. Yep. Oh,
So-
that's a different way of thinking about that. I guess that is what the question kind of is. Like just
Yeah.
putting another spin on a game that you already love.
Tournament
Yeah.
brackets. I mean, it's
Tournament
that same
brackets for the
energy.
tracks would be deadly. That's a great idea.
That's a long stream though, dude. That's, you just got to buckle in. You just got to be ready for it.
96, no kidding.
Yeah. That's a long stream, dude.
What was that 48 versus 48
Yeah.
like on each side? That is, well, we haven't done one of those like carpool gaming days in a while. I don't think we definitely didn't do it this year. I don't remember if we did it last year or not, but every now and then we do like a little like, Patreon push. Maybe we could do a little something, something. I think we could do a tournament bracket. Yeah, I could put that on the whiteboard. Yeah.
Another
It'd be at
7
least
hours.
7 hours.
Easy. Yeah. Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
That's the thing, dude.
Okay. Put it
I
on the
truly
whiteboard.
put it on the whiteboard. Going into it, I truly didn't think it would be a 7-hour stream, but I realized they were of my ways pretty quickly. And I tell you what, it was a blast. I had so much fun. That game is immaculate. But y'all already know about Mario Kart.
Turns out it takes me a long time to spell tournament bracket on the whiteboard. So.
It's a pretty long
That
set
was
of words.
a lot of letters.
Well, anyways, thank you, Shy Guy. for
What
the
a wonderful question. I want to be thinking about that. You know what, Shy Guy? I will say this. I don't think I ever say this. Shy
Okay.
Guy, feel free to ask the same question again next week. I want to think about it again. Let's talk about this some more. That's a great question.
Just resubmit it. Yeah.
But like, put on the extra spins. Maybe not rinse and repeat, but
Trick me.
take some of our considerations in. Some of these other trick me.
make me
No, I think
believe it.
I think Seth, you did a good job of putting like a couple extra little touches on that.
Yeah.
So let's
for sure.
rethink about it. I like this.
Well, Quaggy comes in We had actually a few like Switch 2 related questions. I think a lot of people are. Yeah. Quaggy says, "It is I, the Quaggy, king of the Xenobabes. I've been thinking more about the confirmed backwards compatibility of Switch 2. Do you think games will play better, or will they just work like they do on Switch 1? I'm trying to think of precedent. Did DS games play better on 3DS? I'm thinking no, but I don't know for sure since I didn't own those. I'd love to play Totkey or Xenoblade at 60 FPS, but maybe that's wishful thinking." That question again, nah, I won't make you read that again. Thanks for reading all of this, though. Bye-bye.
Nice one, man. That's great. That was a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, what do you think? You think Switch 1 games will run better on Switch 2?
I think the precedent question is actually the most fascinating part of this.
Because there's not really one, for Nintendo anyway.
Well, that's why I kind of wanted to dive into it, actually. There's, I think about like Game Boy to, you go way back here, man. Like original Game Boy games got a little upgrade when he popped it into a Game Boy Color, to just a little bit of an upgrade. That may have been the last time.
Yeah, I think that was the last time.
Like there's lots of backwards compatibility. You know, the GameCube games played in the Wii and Wii games played in the Wii U, and there's lots of different stuff there. But yeah, there's like load times aren't really noticeably that much better from system to system.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there might be like very minor. In fact, it's usually kind of the opposite. Like I think playing GameCube games on Wii, there's like drawbacks with the setup of it. It's like nerdy stuff. But from what I remember reading, and you know, there've been so many rumors about the Switch 2 over the years, but there was talks that like that was kind of the plan. I just don't know like how Nintendo markets that. You know what I mean? Like how do you sell to the average consumer that like, hey, your Switch 1 games run better on this thing, like successful? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, Xbox, I guess, is doing that.
Xbox did an amazing job with that, and it's the sad part is that, you know, look where Xbox is. They put a ton of R&D into this, a lot of engineering. It's like impossible what they've achieved with that, and it didn't really move the needle, you know. And so if you're at Nintendo, yeah, to your point, how do you sell that? Like play old games better. Like they don't really ever do that, and I hate saying that because I'm with you, Quag. Yeah, I do want to play old games faster. That would be great, and you know, I'm a dummy. I don't understand why when you don't just like put the game into a more powerful thing, it doesn't go faster. I don't get it at all. But that does seem to be the way that it goes, and it's just too bad. But they'll probably just resell it. You know, they just do that's what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is.
Breath of the Wild Deluxe. Get ready. You know?
Seriously. That is like the brace yourself. I know this was a very like optimistic and, you know, pie in the sky kind of question. Let's hope for the best. I'm expecting the worst. I really do think it would be like sell Breath of the Wild again, you know, and Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom might be still fresh. Probably the most damning move Nintendo could possibly make. And I'm just going to say this so that people can have a reaction for those who like it. Animal Crossing New Horizons Deluxe for Switch 2.
Yeah.
It's not a new game.
Versus a new one. Yeah.
Not a new game. It's just maybe things load a little bit faster. Maybe maybe they could do a little multiplayer that works a little better, more streamlined and stuff. That could be decent. But what if the new Animal Crossing game for Switch 2 is what we just did with Mario Kart?
Yeah, just tack on. I mean,
I will say, it wasn't bad. It could be a lot worse because look, anybody we say this all the time, look and listen. Okay, Seth?
Right.
We've been saying this for a long time. We've been playing Mario Kart 8 since 2013, blah, blah, blah. If you say that, and if you genuinely believe that, go fire up a Wii U and play Mario Kart 8 base or vanilla.
It is a different game.
Completely. Yeah. You will laugh at the character select screen. It's like, that's it? Yeah. It looks like a demo.
You can't even have two items in that one. It's all
can't even have two items.
Yeah. Battle mode. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, totally different game. So maybe there is a good news story, but they would buy it. That's the thing. Those Animal Crossing people, they're crazy.
I'd probably buy it.
I know. They'll buy 2 Switches to run it. They'll say, hey, not only are we not giving you a new Animal Crossing game, but you buy 1 copy, but you need to own 2 Switches to play it. That's how you do it. You have to connect them with a Game Boy link cable. That's how you do that.
Yeah, it depends on a lot of little factors, man. Well, I mean, the thing is with Xbox, it just kind of works. Like with Xbox, like they have it set up in such a way that like just the games, it's just like you said, because the thing is more powerful, the games run better on it and it works. We figured that
crazy.
out.
Dude, it's actually incredible. Like they changed the resolution, they changed the frame rate, they like unlocked the frame rate in some case. It is insane what Xbox does, and people just don't care, man. They would rather, they show this. They don't say this, but they show this in this. They would rather buy it again than go dig up the old listing, you know, or go pick up an old disc or something like that. I think that has a lot to do with it. It's just, where does the game show up in terms of like the retail experience? And I'm not just saying like in-person retail, just like online retail, whatever. Where does the game show up? Is it the latest thing to come out? That's how they get attention to it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to be really curious to see how they tackle some of these problems. Cause like that's, you know, when you're changing up the entire like structure of your system, it allows you a certain level of freedom to like make these bold strokes. But when you're doing, like, I'm glad that Switch 2 is going to be almost certainly like an upgraded Switch, and that it is going to be backwards compatible, and that you're not abandoning all this stuff that you've built. I'm glad for all that, but it does mean that you now have however many 140 whatever million people that are like, all right, dude, your move. You know what I mean? It's yours to mess up, you know, at this point.
100%. And I'm just, this is my defense mechanism for anybody who hasn't been listening to me for a long time. Like, I've been talking about Nintendo for a long time. I just need to like protect myself.
Yeah, protect your heart a little bit.
100. Yeah. And the time will come when I will let all this go, and I will hope for the heavens. I will hope for this to change the world and solve world hunger. That will come. Right now in this moment, I just want to go like, I'm not expecting a ton. There's reasons for me to think both ways. There's like it's a Switch 2. It's a successor for Switch. So like, it makes a lot of sense for it just to play the games a lot better. That makes a lot of sense. And I think that would be good. But this is Nintendo, and we just never really know.
Yeah. What makes the most sense is not usually what Nintendo does. Let's be real.
Who knows, man?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, the cool thing, I was just thinking about this today. I mean, they've said it's going to be revealed in March, by March. Right, by March,
January. So, I'm calling it, man.
I think,
or December 12th. Could you? They won't do the Game Awards, but I would love that. I just did it. I just did it in real time. I got excited about something and I protected myself in the same breath. Yeah. So there you go. That's how my brain works. I just did it.
I can't blame you for that.
Like, shut up, idiot.
January, I think, is the call. I think
January
makes the most sense.
Yeah, January.
It's what they did with Switch 1. I think that makes a lot of sense. And also, like, why would they do at this point? Why do it before Christmas? So we're gonna learn about this thing like really soon, man. We're gonna know what's going on here pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
And you'll be able to buy it. There'll be a new year. So there you go.
I have new rules, by the way. This is another little teaser for our Game of Our Year episode. I will reveal my new rules for 2025. I kind of teased a little bit during when Nagachaka and I recorded the real Carpool Gaming podcast. It could be about literally anything for Patrons podcast for Patreon's content. I alluded to it. I've got a couple rules up there on the whiteboard. I think they're pretty good. Good, man. I'm pretty happy with them.
Excited to hear about it.
Lachlan is going to hate it. She might not come back.
I can't wait.
She may just quit.
Yeah,
it's that time of year. You know, we'll see. We'll see who sticks around for 2025.
We have a certain track record to upkeep around these parts.
People make life decisions around this time, so we'll see.
Oh, speaking of Switch 2, Toxic, first time, long time here. Toxic says, haven't had a question before y'all before, so I don't know if it's been talked about, but what's everyone's hopes for the next Switch in terms of hardware and software updates? We've talked about this a bunch over the, you know, however long we've been talking about Switch 2, like the kind of things that we want to see out of it. You know, for me, like, I want the Joy-Con to be improved. I want them to work and not, you know, break. My big thing, though, to be honest, and this is a software related thing, that eShop, man, has got to be improved on Switch 2. It has to be.
100%.
It sucks. Like, I can't believe it's as bad as it is.
And they sell billions of pieces of software.
Yeah. Well, and I remember like the argument for like for and against themes for a while was, well, you know, if we have themes on this thing, it'll run so much more like choppily or whatever. And I'm like, it sucks now.
Yeah,
What are you
might as well
talking about?
might as well make it look good and
You
run
know?
like crap. Yeah, it's not the eShop is a major, I mean, needs a massive overhaul. Now, I actually don't expect it because they're selling all the software. There is no, I don't understand it. Like, if I were them, I probably wouldn't. Like, I don't know if there's any reason to, because they'd be motivated by how much software they're moving. So it seems
Right.
fine, but it could be so much better. Come on, Nintendo.
Something snappy.
Can I throw something at you, Seth? I don't think I've ever said this to you, but I used to bitch to Bobby Pauls about this, the Nintendo guru, the late, great Nintendo guru on our old podcast, If We Ran Nintendo. This is very much an If We Ran Nintendo kind of question. I was furious when the Pro Controllers were released, they were announced, and there was no headphone jack in them. There's no
Right.
way for me to just play with headphones connected to my controller. I think I'm the only one who cares about this. But every now and then I'm playing my Switch, like I want to plug my headphones into those things.
Yeah.
This is not a thing. Like, you don't care. This doesn't. You're just appeasing
not
me right now.
really.
You're just like, you're
no,
okay.
I get it. I
Yeah,
understand
you don't have
I mean,
to
look,
do that.
Well, no. I mean, here's the deal. My wife right now, is sitting right there with headphones plugged into the PS5 controller while she plays PS5, feet away from me.
Right.
So,
it's a
it
thing
is
that
a thing.
exists on the other systems. It's just like you
Right.
just plug it in, and it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely. It's not something I do that often, but you're absolutely right. And it was unbelievable. Remember when they like flipped a switch and they're like, by the way, there's Bluetooth on this now.
Unbelievable, dude.
Isn't that
I'm
crazy?
still waiting for, like, maybe it'll happen this Christmas. It'll be a Christmas miracle. Reggie will come out of retirement and say, like, by the way, this Switch Lite you can plug into a dock now. Or you can buy they found a way to have video out on a Switch Lite. You can plug it
was
into your
on the
TV. That would, you just flip a switch. It's like the off switch on The Simpsons, the Treehouse of Horrors with the Krusty doll. It's like, oh, it's flipped to evil. You just got to turn it off.
Man. It's totally, that was crazy. I remember like waking up and seeing that on Twitter. I was like, what?
There's no way. And I had complained about that a lot too. I just wanted Bluetooth because especially at the time I was commuting to work, and I didn't want, like, oddly enough, in that case, I didn't want to plug my headphones in. I wanted a wireless connection. So I guess they picked one of them that I was complaining about. A lot of complaints.
Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, especially since like the thing itself has a headphone jack. Like, it's not as if they don't think about it.
Right.
You know? So.
Yeah, the thing has audio. You know?
I mean, one could assume.
Now, here's how you know that we are real Nintendo fans, because it's taken us until now to bring up what I think is just an obvious thing. And nobody's even thinking this, because I haven't seen anybody in the chat. We're lucky to have a lot of people in the chat tonight. It's very cool to see everybody. Nobody's brought it up, and you're all fanboys for not even saying it. We cannot do voice chat on Nintendo still. There's no party system. There's no call your friends. There's no none of that. Wouldn't that be nice with Switch 2? Have that basic functionality. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying with the fanboys? You don't care about this at all. Look at you.
Sean, I would just use Discord anyway. To be real with you,
man.
I think I would just use Discord anyway.
Well, then give me Discord integration. Because the others have
I'm
that
with
too.
you. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you on that. Yeah. Because to me, it's like, if
Okay,
you're
how
not
about
gonna...
messaging? Do you never message anybody on like your like just basic friend functionality? No, you just want to continue to give our friend code at the end of the episode and it does nothing.
As much as I like the bit, that is one thing. I actually predict that Switch 2 will do away with friend. I do think that that's going to be a thing. I think friend codes will be an option still, but for like kids or whatever. But I think they're going to let you add people via username on Switch 2.
Oh my God.
That is a prediction of mine.
Okay.
So we'll see how that pans out for me. So
What else? Is there anything else that we need to add to Nintendo?
what else can we complain about?
I don't know, man. I do get into a certain mode when it comes to these types of topics. I get a little principled. Do you know what I'm saying? And
well, and on the hardware side, I will say, like, I know that they're not. I'm almost positive it's not going to be an OLED screen again. But like, I sure wish it were.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be kind of tough to go back to a non-OLED screen, dude. Like,
yeah,
I'm
but
so
if everything
spoiled.
runs quicker, that would be nice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting it regardless, but like, it is going to be tough. Like, you know, like I actually had to get on Animal Crossing on my wife's Switch the other day. I was like, ugh. look at this.
Yeah. Oh,
You
really?
know?
Yeah. you
Yeah.
notice.
So I feel like I'm a caveman over here. I'm like on the Stone Ages on this
Just
this
a bunch
thing.
of rocks.
Yeah, it's terrible. This screen's so dim. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna miss that. But I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what this thing's got. Joy-Con that work though. That's a big one for me.
That'd be good. Yep, I'm with you.
Pretty good. Oh goodness. Okay. This should be something here. Brendan Myers, _winter gamer. What games do you feel get criminally overlooked for any reason? What about them makes them stand out to you? Got any?
Well,
Like maybe like just one or two each. Okay.
I don't think enough people are playing Neon White. I thought that was
I agree with
obvious.
that. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, more people should play Neon White.
I feel like literally everything you play is an answer to this question. Arco.
Arco was actually going to be my answer for this. Arco is an incredible game that is like the people who have played it. Like if you know, you know. That thing's got like a 96 on like Metacritic, or it's like insane. Like the
play
you know,
Arco. Yeah.
Play Arco. The combat system is genuinely one of the best turn-based combat systems I've ever played in a game. Story's incredible. Music's incredible. It rules.
Yep.
Arco was definitely going to be my go-to answer. It's like y'all are out there playing your Balatros and stuff. Give Arco a chance, you know?
Play Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Yeah, play that.
That's probably one of the more high-profile games that is criminally underplayed. You know, like that's kind of like
sell well.
That's what I'm saying. Like it didn't sell well, but it's a Ubisoft game. Like I just think that's kind of interesting. It's like this big publisher. Like people were talking. It's not like nobody knew about it. It's like people made a decision about it to not buy it.
Like another Ubisoft game that I could point to, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, take your pick. Is it Star Wars or is it Mario and Rabbids? The last one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like it's now a theme. That's the saddest part, man. It's funny. I'm not being silly. Like I wasn't sure which one you were pointing to. Yeah. Like,
yeah. It's
which
real.
one?
It sucks because Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown it's one of the best games of the year. Straight up.
100%.
You know? And more people should have given that the time of day. Now, you know, you can totally, get that all day long for $15-20.
Yep.
CPG related, says Jarden in the chat, 1000 Times Resist is criminally overlooked. Literally no one played that game. You're right. Literally
not before, but dude, have you seen it? It is taking off.
It is.
Right now. Those devs are, man, good for them.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy for this. They were very smart. The way they did it, the people that played that game and loved that game were pissed when it didn't get nominated for anything at the Game Awards, which is still crazy to me.
Yeah.
Nothing. And so they were mad. They were very vocal about it. Then the Steam sale went on. The game went on sale. And then like they just continue, even after the sale was over, they're like, hey, it's still on sale, like through the end of the year. Like capitalizing on people's new interest in it.
100%.
And very smart and well deserved. That's spoilers for our game of the year on Saturday, I guess, but that's my favorite game of the year, no contest. No contest.
I honestly, it's funny, I think back of a lot of the conversations we've had on the show over the course of the year, and I really think that there's a lot of what we talked about, thanks to, I would say for sure for you and Lachlan, a lot of, kind of unknown games that you guys have talked about. I wouldn't have played Duck Detective if it wasn't for you guys. That's so I think that my gaming this year has been expanded thanks to just hanging out to you guys, and hopefully that's the case for the listeners in the community as well. You guys shine a lot of different lights on a lot of different types of games. It's been awesome. Yeah,
play Grapple Dogs also.
That's on the list for sure.
Very underrated. Yeah, there's a ton, dude. There's a ton. Arco #1. Play Arco.
And Neon White.
And Neon White. Just play Neon White.
And Cat Quest 3. Okay.
And Cat Quest 3, yeah. Last question here, Sean. And I saved this for last because I thought it would be appropriate. Croco Kyle asks, as we approach the end of 2024, with regard to Nintendo's releases this year, I just have one question. Well, what did you think?
What did you think? You do it so perfect.
What did you think? What did you think about Nintendo's 20? Should we do a little mini I kind of would like to do this with Lachlan and Amanda here. Maybe in the new year we could kind of look back on 2024.
I love it.
After with all of us give them a grade or something, but maybe just some like top level thoughts. What did you think?
Oddly enough, I think my answer could probably apply for Nintendo and Xbox at the same time. I feel like I enjoyed gaming on the systems that I love, almost in spite of what the platforms really did for themselves.
Yes.
And maybe that's just where they are, where the platforms are in their life cycle. Maybe it's something to do with that. I'd like to think it's more about the carpool factor, honestly. I think you guys, like I literally just mentioned it, the way you guys shined a light on all these different games. I got to play a bunch of stuff I never would have even known about in a lot of cases. And so that wasn't Nintendo doing anything. That was the Nintendo Drive. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't play. I mean, obviously I didn't buy most of what came out. I got gifted Yow, and I didn't play it. Chelsea played it. It was for her, so she got to play that one. And yeah, we'll go through a little bit more of a detailed like rundown of all the game releases, but I was good with really not buying, what was released this year from Nintendo as a first party. I just love having that system. I love having all the access to all those different games, man. So yeah, I'm a weird person to ask. Of course, the year that I had, the approach that I took with the year was ultimately going to lead me to answering this question a little bit awkwardly, I think, just because I'm not playing it like everybody else is. But as I talked with Nagachaka, like I think I had more fun playing this year than most years in the past. I just felt very liberated, very free, just able to do really anything. I wasn't like slave to the next game that was coming out.
Yeah. I like that you had that experience, because like on the flip side of it for me, I felt like most of the games that I played in terms of Nintendo's first party stuff, there are some standouts. I really enjoyed Echoes of Wisdom. I think it's a bummer. I feel like nobody's talking about it anymore. Even though Lachlan and Amanda are still playing it, and I know some other folks are still playing it, I feel like it just popped and fizzled. No, like I feel like everybody moved on so quick. I'm like, I loved it. I thought it was great. And, I really enjoyed that. There's been a few little like things that I really kind of stuck to with Nintendo's first party, but most of them I was kind of just like lukewarm on.
Yep.
The more time I'm removed from like Princess Peach Showtime, I appreciate it for what it is more than like, did I actually like love playing it? You know what I mean?
100%.
Little stuff like that, but overall, I thought it was totally it felt like it felt like the last year of Switch.
Fair. Well, and maybe that's to my last point on this. I think I would look to like NSO, especially in the last couple of weeks.
Good
for
point.
Me, like just giving me my Game Boy games, dude. I feel like that kind of gets lost in the sauce a little bit. And it's too bad, because at the start of the Switch life cycle, back in the Wii U days and the Wii Virtual Console was a big thing, and we would have spent all the dollars to buy all the games all over again.
Absolutely.
And in the early days of NSO, like people were kind of pissed that it was that. Like that was going to be our portal to playing some older games. And I think we need to refresh the thinking on that. I feel like Virtual Console is actually very, very good. There are a ton of games that will never get over there, and certain podcasts that maybe I've been a part of maybe talked a little bit about doing it the less than legal way of, playing some of those games like NFL Blitz and wrestling games on 64 and stuff like that. Like that's really a shame that none of those are there, but I still want to give it to to NSO. I think that service has actually turned out to be pretty decent. For the little dopamine hit I'm looking for most often. And then every once in a while I play all of Donkey Kong Land on my big screen TV, this thing that I used to have on an 1.5-inch screen with my kids literally asked like, why is it all green? And it like, I had this like it's like asking my dad, like, you didn't have like color TV, you watch all your stuff and like you remember when they started to make sound, the talkies, like that was my experience with like Game Boy. I'm like, yeah, and it was like in this thing, and there was no light, and you had to like hold it up to the street lights when you're driving in the car and all that stuff. So yeah, shout out to NSO.
That's a really good point. They did kind of crush it with that, and like little stuff too, man. Nintendo Music rules.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it rules. Yeah.
Just wait until they put Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on that thing.
Oh yeah, that'll be a game changer right there. I want to wake up every morning to the pause music from Xenoblade 3.
Dude, they could charge a new tier of NSO. They've got like
Just the
plus
Xenoblade
expansion
3
plus Xenoblade tier.
Plus
And we would
Xenoblade
all buy
3
it. It
soundtrack.
would
We'd all buy it.
absolutely be worth it. Yeah.
That soundtrack's got like 200 songs on it.
That's what I'm
insane.
saying, man.
Yeah.
You shouldn't get that included with the rest.
No, yeah, don't give that one to me. Let me.
Yeah, it's only available if you have 3 Switches.
Right. Yeah. Oh goodness, Sean, we talked a shocking amount about Nintendo tonight, which is wild.
Well, I guess we know why that doesn't happen every other week.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah,
well,
it's
we had some
girls.
pretty maybe.
I mean,
we had some very pointed questions, though. I think also probably helped. We didn't do it.
I've been smiling this whole time. Like my cheeks hurt, man. I've just been like, this has been so much fun. What a great episode. I miss Amanda and Lachlan a ton, but this was very
equally
fun.
as much.
Equally as much as I've enjoyed chatting with you tonight. Nobody ever stands out, of course. But that was nice. That was a great
fun.
episode. Yeah.
Good episode.
Good job.
We should review our episodes at the end of every episode.
Yeah. How do you
We
feel?
should ask-
So
What do you think?
what do you think?
Ask each other what we thought of the episode at the end of every
Some weeks
episode.
be like, I don't know, man. I just wasn't really feeling it.
I mean, here at the end, I just want to admit to everybody, I was kind of all night tonight. Oh, goodness gracious. Sean, can I thank our patrons?
What if I said no?
All right, I guess. Good night, I guess. Damn.
Please do. Please tell them I say thank you as well.
Okay, from Sean and I both, thank you so much to everybody who supports us. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Thank you to our ultimate producers like Jonathan Brown, linktree/pme.jib. New music coming January 3rd, I think. His new album drops. Cannot wait. Quaggy, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes. And Tech Mike, who says, whether you're Kavesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart. Got links in the show notes. Thanks so much to all of our ultimate producers.
I think it's Argenian. I think Ryan would tell you it's pronounced Argenian, or something like that.
Argenian, however he says it. Whether you are Kavesi or Argenian.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank you to our platinum producers, Smoke and Yo, Solo, The Captain, and Tim Paulin. Thank you to our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dano, Emily O'Kelly, Jan32, Lagerwoods 330, Old Mr. Frump, Patrice Millette, Payhey EP, Shane Erickson, The Don Rob, and the Yiggy Collector. Head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Get yourself that 7-day free trial to the exclusive tier. See what all the fuss is about. We'll see you over there, folks. Thanks so much. Appreciate
We'll see you over there. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we'll see you
Old
there.
Mr. Frump got me.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr. Frump.
Mr. Frump. Yeah.
Watch out
Frump.
for old Mr.
What a Frump. Wait, what if that's Old Mr. Frump? Is that your last name? Like what if it's Mr. Frump?
It might literally be Mr. Frump. He's I don't know what's so
Probably go
funny. It's
check.
just my name.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever really looked. Shout
Also,
out to
what's his
Mr. Frump.
address? Just social security number.
Social Security.
Couldn't pull that
What's
up.
your zip code over there, Mr. Frump?
Oh, goodness gracious.
The last 3 digits on your credit card.
Sean, would you like to tell the people where they can find you on the internet?
You can find me on Blue Sky having
Yes.
a wonderful time over there at Sean Capri. Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. You can find me in our Discord, hanging out with just
Yes.
crowds upon crowds of people hanging out. It is so much fun in there. It's as good, if not better, than it's ever been over there. The links are in the show notes, of course. And of course, if you like, you can open up your Switch. Go to the add a friend where it says enter in a Switch code. You can type in SW, although I think that's entered in for you. So technically type in 6879-0236-6588 and squeeze in a little. When you say it, I want people to do this. When you're adding me, because you guys still are, and I appreciate every single one of you.
Yeah.
When you type in the 88, I hope you utter to yourself, just like Eric Lindros.
Under your breath.
Yes.
Yeah. With a slight smile.
Just a little.
Just like Eric Lindros.
I just nailed it. Yeah. Pokemon TCG Pocket. Put that thing in your pocket. Actually, take it out of your pocket. Add a friend. My code is 31486730 9659 5041. That number again is 31486730 9659 5041. Just like Eric Lindros.
Surely those numbers must be associated with.
Surely
some
there's a
players.
hockey player 41. I feel like I've searched this before.
It's gotta be a
William
thing.
Nylander. That's a good one. We'll take William Nylander.
Okay.
Yeah, just like William Nylander.
What
Or
if we did
Jocelyn
like a,
Thibault.
What if we did like a fantasy draft just based on the numbers in our friend codes?
I like this a lot. Yeah. Yeah, there's a Pittsburgh Penguin named Robert Bortuzzo.
Oh,
Where
Bortuzzo.
the number Bortuzzo. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Love that.
41.
Very good. 41.
41. I'm slowly but surely adopting your Juan.
The Juan is creeping in before
Yeah.
you know it. Yeah,
Yep.
you hang out with me long enough.
806 Juan. That's yours.
Yeah.
That's your code.
That is part of my code.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes, my code is 4112-8061-3454, of course, just like Eric Lindros. That number again is 4112-806-3454. Pokemon TCG, you can add me at 2261-8617-2431-5656. And I don't know what Lachlan
It's incomprehensible. I don't even know what you just said to me. I was so thrown off by one being wands, and now I don't know what you just like. I just feel like I just had a. Where like add it to your pinned tweet thing in the Discord.
I know,
by the way,
I always forget. Yeah,
I don't know how you're pulling this up. It's very impressive. You're obviously looking at two different places.
I pull up my Switch friend code on my profile. I have it on my like I just hit my little Discord picture and I see it. I need to add my Pokemon TCG there too, so I can have it in one place. Or we do have a show notes doc that we could probably put all of these things in.
We really don't, do we?
That's fine too.
Not in the show notes, but in the Discord under the friend codes channel.
Discord.
Everybody Discord.
Yes.
Everybody's sharing their friend codes. It's very cool. It's a great Discord, I gotta say.
We got a good one going on over there. Follow Locklith. Locklith on Blue Sky. I don't think she's got the TWT on Blue Sky.
Nope.
Amanda, I don't think Amanda's over on Blue Sky yet. We got to
What
get
are you doing,
Amanda on
Amanda?
Blue Sky.
Get her over there.
Amanda.
It's great over there. I'm loving it.
I love it too. Yeah, I love it too.
It's a happy place. So don't ruin it. If you're new to Blue Sky, don't ruin it. It's a good thing.
Let it be what it is.
Don't
at
pee
least
in
for
the
a little
pool.
while longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
let
enjoying
us
ourselves
enjoy it.
for once.
Yeah, for once.
Once.
Amanda's Miles _ Amanda. Follow her on Twitch and all that fun stuff. Send her some love. And I think that's going to do it for us tonight, Sean.
I'm sad
that's
it's
it.
over, but I'm glad we did it.
I'm glad we did it too. Just play Neon White.
Go.
Yeah, do it. Okay, bye.